So hey guys, it's Juliana. Like I said before, I'm starting a new series on this channel which will be hopefully every Friday. So welcome to Living with the Abates. So there are certain stories in our family that haunt us or like our family will never let us live down to. Today I decided to share some with you. Let's go back maybe 10 years ago when I was 8. My mom used to take us out out of school sometimes a little bit early in the summer when it would get warmer to this theme park. Sooner or later, we never went back to this theme park. When we were little, my sister, Mary Angela, we could not go anywhere with her because she would just run away for no reason. Once we were at this theme park, we were just standing around and my sister was in the stroller and she was crying and whining and she wanted to get out and she was kicking, I want to get out, I want to get out. And she was, I don't know, maybe 6, maybe younger. I don't even think she was that old. I think she was 4. And she would always complain. So my mom's like, you know what? Just let her out. Let's see where she goes. And we let her out of that carriage. And the second my brother unbuckled that strap, she went running for her life. She ran so fast, there was a serial killer chasing after her. And my mom was to my brother, oh my gosh, go get her, where is she going? So my brother had to chase after her and we were all just standing there where the heck did she go? Where, I don't get it. So she disappeared and my brother comes back 5-6 minutes later, holding her, and she's kicking and screaming, and my mom was like, okay, we are leaving. So we left and that was that story. So my mom was like, okay, you know what, let's go back to the theme park. Maybe it was a couple months later, she was a little bit older, maybe she would not want to run away. My mom was wrong. So we went back to the theme park and me and my brother went in line to go on a roller coaster. And we get on, so I'm sitting in this roller coaster and we look down on the grass and there's a child running underneath the roller coaster. You know how usually in a theme park the roller coaster is gated off and there's open grass on the bottom? Yeah, there was a little girl running around this grass and I was like, oh my gosh, look on, I went to my brother, I was like, look at the ground, there's a little girl, and my brother was like, Juliana, that's Mary Angela. And then all of a sudden, someone comes up on the speaker and was like, the ride is temporary shutting down for a second, please stay calm, stay in your seats, it will be back up running in a few minutes. And we see this lady running up to my sister, and my sister starts running, and the girl, the lady that worked there, she picked up my sister and had her in her arms. My sister's kicking and screaming, and I'm sitting on this ride oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing, my mom's gonna kill us, we're never gonna come here ever again. So we get off the ride and there's my sister standing with this girl, and my sister's screaming and kicking her. And we get off the ride and we're that's our sister, can we take her back? And the lady just handed us to her and was here, take her, I don't care. So we get off the ride with my sister, and my brother's holding her so tight so she won't run away again. And we get to my mom, and mom's like, what the heck, why is Mary Angela with you? And we're like, yeah, you won't believe what just happened. And we told her, and we don't understand how she got under that roller coaster, where, it just doesn't make sense to us to this day how she escaped under that roller coaster when there's huge fences and huge gates and we never went back to this theme park ever again. The last story I have for you guys today is another awkward fall. We were in Florida and it was a couple years ago. I'm gonna say at least 3 or 4 years ago. It was pouring rain outside. When I say pouring rain, it was literally a hurricane outside. So we spent most of the day inside a mall. We were driving back to the hotel, and then in the car my mom was like, okay, how are we gonna walk to the hotel back inside without getting soaking wet? Because they just had my little brother Stefan and he was barely walking, so someone had to hold him, but my mom was wearing these wedges, and she's like, if I run in the rain I'm gonna fall in my heels. So she went to my oldest brother that was there, and she's like, can you hold Stefan and run inside while we go park the car? So my brother's like, yeah, sure, whatever, because he was wearing running shoes. You would think he'd be able to do it. So we park, my dad parks in front of the hotel, but from the hotel it's still a couple feet that you have to walk to get to the entrance. So my brother gets Stefan and he's holding him and he starts running. And he goes to turn the corner and he slips right on his back. We go up there and he just lands on the floor holding Stefan like this. But the funniest thing was it was like a square room, and my brother goes down this side and falls, and coming this way at the exact same time, a guy was with his girlfriend, and the guy falls and slips at the exact same time as them, and they both like land on the floor, and it was so funny. He's just on the floor, like he didn't even get hurt, just holding Stefan. Stefan didn't even like start crying. So he stands up, so embarrassed, and like runs up to the room pretending no one noticed. Everyone noticed. My mom goes up to the room, she's like, "You're such an idiot, like I told you to hold Stefan and you fall." She was just like, "I should have just held him, like never ever given you to him ever again." And like that, my brother will like, we will always make fun of my brother for that story because it was just so funny. That concludes this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and laughed along with our funny stories. If you'd like to give it a thumbs up because it will show me that you guys actually like hearing these stories, and I'll continue doing them. And I'll see you guys next week with a brand new Living with the Abates. See you guys next week. Bye. There's a spanner in the works, you know you gotta step up your game to make it to the top, so go.